guys, good morning. Welcome to today's video. It is another Sunday, so we're going to do another one of our long rides. And you saw from last week that we did an interval workout, which was my low tempo or low sub-threshold, 10 minutes in that, and then 3-minute recovery. So because this is going to be a much longer ride, we're thinking about 4 hours to 4.5 hours. Because it's longer, we're going to do a little bit, we're going to drop the hard effort. So it'll be 10 minutes at high zone 2, 3 minutes at low zone 2. So we're going to continue to do that, those intervals until we get home. So we are factoring in 30-minute warm-up and so forth. So I'm just having my breakfast here. I have my blueberry bagel with strawberry raspberry jam, and I have the oatmeal cooking right now, and so waiting for that to finish. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today, and I'll see you on the road. Okay, I think the sun has come out now, and we're faring out okay in terms of temperature. It is in the 30s, so we're starting out cold, and according to the app that I use called Epic Ride Weather, it shows me what the temperature is. So we're going to be getting lots of crosswind today and some wind gusts up to 16 miles per hour. So 40 degrees high, mostly cloudy, and 16 mile per hour gusts. So that should be an interesting 4.5 hour ride that we're doing. In today's menu, we have vegan rice cakes, 2 of those, and 3 gels, kind of different flavors. Yeah, it's actually not as cold as we had thought it was going to be. It's chilly, but it's not terribly cold. I haven't felt any crosswinds yet, and so I don't know. I think it's been okay. But every time we stop, I know that I end up getting chilly, and then starting up the ride again is, it kind of shocks the system. So anyway, actually Jason did something this week. He did an FTP test, and I'll have him tell you more about that.
Yeah, so just for some background, I started doing this FTP Builder Plan by Dylan Johnson on Training Peaks. It's an 8-week program, designed obviously to increase your FTP, and I'm halfway through it now. So there's kind of like 3-week training blocks, and then there's a recovery week, and during that recovery week you take an FTP test. So in the 4th week, you take the first test, and then at the end of the plan in the 8th week, you take another one. So anyway, I took an FTP test this week. It was my first time doing the 20-minute version of the test, and I was just curious to try this 20-minute test because, I've heard other people talk about it, and I thought that it might be well suited to my strength because I feel like I'm not great at producing maximum power, but I'm decent at producing moderate power for a long time. Had a great result. My FTP went up from 235 to 253. So an 18-watt increase in 4 weeks. I will say though, the 20-minute FTP test was just brutal. It was the hardest effort I've ever done, probably in my life.
So we're stopped here at the Bulls Bridge trail, and it's starting to rain a little bit. I think it's either, I think there's a little bit of a sleet mixed in here, which might be a little concerning on our ride back home. But when we were riding, it's so intense when it comes down that it actually is pretty painful. It stung a little bit, but thankfully I'm under this awning here, this little mini gazebo at the beginning of the Bulls Bridge Trail. So just hiding out until it does pass through. I don't think it's going to rain necessarily. I think it's a little bit of a drizzle. And so the temperature, I'm going to have to check. I think it's rising a little bit since I didn't check what time it is. Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. So it's starting to warm up a little bit. So I'm hoping that it is just rain.
Yo. Yo. Yo.
So 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we rode through this road, River Road, and Jason got his first flat. Just going easy here because he has 25C tires and I have 28 Continental GP 5000, so the narrower tires are definitely the nemesis in these sharp rocks. Now at River Road, went a little easy on this dirt gravelly section because, like I said, on the ride there, Jason had suffered a flat a couple of weeks ago on here, and we were on the hard effort of the interval and went a little too hard on the sharp rocks, and he got a flat. Luckily, it was a nicer day last week, so it was nice to just stop and fix the flat, actually, as opposed to today.
Yeah, it's starting to feel a little cold now. I don't know, for some reason I wasn't feeling that cold earlier in the day. Maybe it's because of the gloves dying. I don't know, my hands were starting to get cold already as soon as the gloves died. So hopefully I'll be all right. Maybe next time I'll try putting the gloves on like medium, and then maybe they'll last a little longer that way. They definitely work well, but you know, I had them on high and the battery died pretty fast. It only lasted, I think, 2.5 or 3 hours. You know, we're now over the 3-hour mark, and yeah, I'm gonna have to make it the rest of the way without heated gloves. But I'll probably continue to wear the gloves because they are thick, so you know, give me some insulation. So. Watch the camera. Let me go get it. Yeah, it is.
So we have about 10 miles left to go on this ride, and yeah, we were just talking about how uncomfortable we are, and we're not sure if it's the chamois or if it's the seat itself. And I've gone through 2 seats already, and I just don't know what is the best. And to really get a good seat, you'd have to really try it. And if there's a way that the company will allow you to ride using their saddle and then return it if it doesn't work out, that would be great. But a lot of the saddles that are on the market, I think there's just no way of us really being able to tell how comfortable it is unless we actually purchase it, try it, and we won't be able to return it if it doesn't work out. So yeah, just a little chafing on my end, and I do really like my bibs. It's just that, so I don't know if it's actually the saddle that's bothering me or if it's the chamois itself. So anyways, that's where we are at with this dilemma that we're having. But yeah, we're almost home, 10 miles left. Alright guys, we're back home now, and I'll put the stats up here somewhere on the screen from Strava. But yeah, the ride was okay. It was a little uncomfortable. I enjoyed it, but the cold is not the most pleasant thing to feel when you're stopped like we are right now, but luckily we're home. But yeah, no, it's just it's always kind of a energy drain when we ride outdoors on the when it's cold out.
Yeah, it was a little colder than we would like, but I guess that's to be expected at this time of year. It's only going to get colder from here, and unfortunately, probably in another month or so, we might not even be able to ride outside because it'll be, if we get a bad winter, it'll be 20 degrees and possible ice on the roads and things like that. So we might have to, in another month or two, we might have to shut it down for a few months during the winter and do indoor rides. So when I think about it that way, I'm trying to enjoy every last bit of outdoor rides that we can get this year, even if it might be a little bit uncomfortable with the weather. Last week we did a ride that was similar temperature, but it was only about a 2-hour ride, so we didn't really have time to feel uncomfortable. We stayed warm enough, but overall it was a fun ride as always. And to all of you out there, just remember to enjoy the ride, enjoy your rides.